Good morning from Xi'an, China. Welcome to Meet the Terracotta Army, Understanding Chinese Culture. I am Dong Yongying from Xidian University. Nice to see you again. Right now, you can see we are in Shaanxi History Museum. Regarded as an ancient pearl of the city and the cherry of the Asian civilization, the Shaanxi History Museum is an art pavilion to curate and exhibit Chinese historical culture and the Asian civilization in China. This museum was open to the public on June 20th, 1991. Now, it was the first museum on the national level of the modern museum in China. And today, I am not the only guest speaker. The deputy director, Ms. Lian Yu, joined me to give you this show around. 梁老师你好。
你好。Hi, welcome to Shaanxi History Museum. I'm the educator, Lian Yu.
Okay, guys, you can see that this museum adopted the architectural style of the Tang dynasty. All the buildings and annex in this museum are the center axisymmetric. The buildings and annex, the main hall and annex buildings are all arranged around this center hall.
Yeah, right? That's right. And the museum was designed by a very famous female architect. She called Zhang Jinqiu. And
yes, so we can see that these buildings just provides a magnificent and elegant look, right?
Yeah, of the Tang style palaces and courtyard. And our museum is famous for its permanent exhibition and called Shaanxi Ancient Civilization. And let's go.
Shaanxi Asian Civilization. So there was 3 permanent exhibitions.
Yes, that's right.
Shaanxi Asian Civilization is one of them. Yeah. And there were some other thematic exhibitions and also some regular temporary ones.
Yes.
So the Shaanxi Asian Civilization focuses on about 3,000 artifacts.
Yeah, it's about
featured
in
artifacts.
In the display.
Yes, chosen from the 1.71 million objects found in Shaanxi province.
That's right.
So these artifacts demonstrate the development of the economies, politics, and culture of the Asian civilization, especially in Shaanxi province, with the 4 dynasties, Zhou, Qin, Han, and Tang. They are highlighted in the exhibition to demonstrate the glorious civilization.
Of the Chinese civilization. And the people often said that the Shaanxi history is the microcosm of the whole Chinese civilization, because the most important 4 dynasties, Zhou, Qin, Han, and Tang, were established in Shaanxi province.
It was Xi'an as a capital. Yeah. Yes, we have visited the Emperor Qin Shi Huang's terracotta army last Saturday. That is about Qin dynasty. Now today in this museum, now we can see the different kinds of artifacts, including the bronze wares of the Zhou and Shang dynasties, and the pottery, exquisite pottery figures of the Asian China, and the gold and silver wares, and the mural paintings of the Tang dynasties. And of course, we cannot visit all of these artifacts in 1 hour, but Ms. Lian and we have chosen the 8 featured artifacts with the animals, arts elements in that. So we will visit them from the prehistoric period to the later dynasties. Now, guys, let's go on.
Let's go.
This is the early morning in China. There are not so many visitors.
Yes, and our museum is open for free from 2008 to the public. So there is no administration fees to enter this museum. And here we come to the hall of the museum.
This is a big hall.
And this is a big hall of the Shaanxi History Museum. Here we see a giant stone walking lion in the middle of the hall at the start. And we all know that the lion was introduced to China through the Silk Road from Afghanistan in the Tang dynasty. So here, this giant stone walking lion also represents the cultural exchange between China and Western countries.
This is the first animal artifact.
Yeah, a huge animal.
A huge one.
Yeah.
The working lion in the big hall welcome all of the visitors.
It's also very rare to see a walking lion in Chinese culture. So often there is like the kneeling or playing lions.
So today, now during this World Tour, you can find different animal features in these artifacts. And we will not tell you these animals at first. So guys, just let us know after your careful observation now what the animals are. Okay,
so
let's go
questions comes first.
Yeah, questions come first. This is a big museum.
Yes, it's
how many floors?
We have 3 floors.
3 floors.
Yeah, and also Shaanxi History Museum is the first modern museum in in China.
Yeah, yeah. So the construction of this museum marked the milestone of the
Chinese
museum industry
yeah,
in China,
right.
the development of the museum
right.
industry in China.
Yeah.
So this section is about the prehistoric period.
Yeah, it's about 1 million years ago. And here we comes to our second artifact.
The second one is in the prehistoric one.
Yeah, it's called the painted.
Okay. Let's
answer
that first.
Sorry.
Okay, so guys, can you just observe that carefully and let us know what you can see?
Could you see the pattern inside of this basin? What does it look like?
So what's the function of this object? Can you guess? Fish. Great.
Yeah.
Fish and human.
Yes.
Nice. Good answer. So this one is
it is called the painted pottery basin with fish pattern.
Some students said for hand washing, for bowl. It's a bowl for eating fish.
Maybe for today.
It's too big, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hot pot.
So kind of, right? But it is a container.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is container. It is a basin.
It's a
painted pottery basin with fish pattern.
Yeah.
So you can see that the material is a pottery. It's something like the earthenware, but it is a container. It is called the basin, but it has a fish patterns
it
in
has
that.
Fish
and also
people's
the
face
human's
pattern.
face.
Yes, that's right. And we see the round part is a human's face with 2 fish in his mouth. And also the pointed hat is also can refer to be a fish. And that's because at that time, the population rate is very low. The death rate of the population was very low.
So the fish symbolize the
fertile. So people at that time want to be as fertile as fish, and they chose this pattern as their totem at that time. So it was a totem of the ancient people. Yes, they worship fish. Yeah, very much because at that time the population birth rate
was very low, and the people hope that they can be as fertile as a fish.
That's right.
So that is really simple, but we can see that it's a really important totem for the ancient people.
And also, we found several basins, the same basins during that period in China. So this basin just one of them.
So this is in the Neolithic age.
Yeah, about 6,000 years ago.
And this is in Chinese, it's called 人面鱼纹门盆. 人面 is the human's face, 鱼 is a fish. Now 纹 means pattern.
Yeah.
The last word 盆 is the basin, is the function of this object.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's interesting that for the name of the object in Chinese, now we just described the main features.
Yeah, main features and the functions.
The function
of the artifact.
Oh, usually the last word is the function of this object.
Yes, that's right.
So you can find later, right? Okay, great.
Okay, let's go.
Nice work, guys.
Now here we come to the second section of our museum.
That is the Shang and Zhou dynasties.
And it's also called the Bronze Age. So we could see a lot of bronze wares over the exhibition room.
Shang and Zhou dynasties, which date back to more than 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were the Bronze Age in Chinese history. So you can see that there are a lot of bronze wares.
Yeah, and also at that time, those bronze wares were only used in ceremonies. Yeah, for sacrificial purposes. So it was not used for practical purposes at that time.
Yeah. So do you remember that when we visited the Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum site with them, we introduced that the art that was called fine art today, when they were made, they were for the practical. They were for the practical of the ritual.
Maybe that's
but right now, gradually, now they can be called art for the aesthetic taste.
Yeah, that's a difference between the Chinese artifacts to other countries. Maybe. And here we see a set of chime bell. The chime bell was an ancient percussion instrument. People often use wood stick to tap it to make it sound. And it's often made of a set of several chime bells to put them together as a complete set to play also in the ceremonies for the royal families.
And there are also some patterns on this chime.
Yes, that's right.
So can you just discover what's that?
Yeah, could you
They are
see
just
the patterns? Yeah, maybe this one is clear, the bigger one.
Do you know this kind of animal?
Yeah, this pattern is very popular at that time.
Yeah, during the Zhou dynasty.
Yeah, could you make a guess what?
In the Shang dynasty, the mythical creatures, right? They are called the mythical creatures.
Yeah. And actually, it's the in the shape of snake, actually.
Snake.
Yeah, it's snake. And also snake in ancient China. People also today, even today, we call it small dragon. So it also has some meanings in the culture.
So the decorative style influenced the bronze wares of the Zhou deeply.
Yeah, that's right.
Now let's go to find the most interesting one. I know this one attracts the kids so much. There are a lot of visitors usually just to get around this one.
Yeah, this one is very popular in our museum.
Popular and it's funny, right?
Yeah, it's
so please
vivid.
just look at that carefully and let us know what you say.
It is also a bronze ware.
It's a bronze ware.
Bronze.
So let us know what animal it is. a rat on a ox. You are half right. Ox is right.
Yeah.
But on top of this ox, it's not a rat. It looks
not
like
rat.
a rat.
It's small, but it's not
Cat.
a rat. Maybe not.
No, it's similar to cat, but it's bigger.
Yeah,
it's bigger than
big
cat.
Mhm.
This animal and cat belongs to the same category. Okay, come on, just let us know what's that. Bigger than cat, more powerful.
Yeah, more fierce.
And an ox. Any guess? Frog. I'm sorry, it's
like
not
a
a frog. Okay, tiger. Yes, you are right. It is tiger.
A small tiger.
Okay, so that's great, right? So you just had this ox and tiger. Now let us know what's the function of this content. This one.
Yeah. Okay. And this this artifact is called the ox.
Let them just
That's a question. Sorry.
So was it during the Mong's race? No, it's not a race. So can you just let us know what's the function?
Could you guess the
guess.
function of this artifact?
What did people use it for?
It's not that small actually. Yeah, but it also used for
contains something. Yes, it contains something.
Yeah. And they usually used in a banquet.
In a banquet. Charlie, you are great. Okay, now Miss Lian, can you just reveal the answer?
And
drinks, some students say
that's
drinks.
right. That's right. This artifact is called the ox-shaped wine vessel. In Chinese, we call it zun, and the body of the ox is hollowed inside, and usually people put wine in the zun, in this wine vessel. And also the mouth of the ox served as a spout for people to pour out of wine. And the tiger is the lid of the whole vessel. And and also see the tail of the ox is the handle of the vessel. People can hold the tails to use this wine vessel. And also at that time, because people used to warm up the wine before and after they drink it. So the leg, they could light up some fire under the leg to warm up the wine in the belly. So this is a wine vessel.
This was really clever.
Yeah.
So they can warm the wine under the belly.
Under the belly, yeah, that's right.
Okay, guys, you can see that the mouth, the body, and the tail of the ox are respectively used as a spout. The container for wine, and the handle. So the tiger actually now here is works as a lid, right? So the people can open
the lid. And also the tiger is also a decoration on this artifact.
Nice. Yeah. So it is really beautiful and practical, right?
Yes.
And this can be regarded as a very rare bronze treasure in the Zhou dynasty, in the Western Zhou dynasty. The ox-shaped wine vessel, zun. Yeah, niu zun in Chinese. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So you can see there are a lot of bronze wares in this.
In the Zhou section. Yeah.
Now, the Asian civilization divides into the different dynasties of the period.
Yeah.
Now we are entering the third gallery.
Yeah. Now we come to
the second gallery. That is the Dongfang Biguo.
Yeah, the Qin dynasty. And also the Qin dynasty was the first dynasty to unify the whole China.
Yeah,
for the first time.
That is in 221 BCE, before the Qin united China for the first time. China was divided into 7 states. They fight it with each other.
Yeah, and the Qin conquered
Qin state was one of them.
Yes.
But Qin just conquered the other six at last.
And unified at last.
Okay. So guys, can you just have a closer look at this object and let us know what it is. Now, what they are, actually, there are two.
Yeah,
right?
two. And
dragon. Yeah, you are right, Sally. They are
very
dragon.
clever. Yeah, it's actually very huge.
It's a huge
artifact. Yeah.
And also the material is bronze.
It's bronze, also bronze.
So we call them the bronze dragon.
Dragons.
The bronze dragon, they are really huge in size.
Yeah, and when they first found, it was broken into 8 pieces, actually. So they were transferred to museum, and after restorations, they formed like this. And could you make a guess what is used for?
Yeah, what's the function of these 2 twining dragons?
Yes, they have the one tail, twining together, and the 2 heads.
Their bodies are hollow.
Yeah, bodies are hollowed.
Lock. They think the student said it is a lock.
No,
This is too big.
Yeah, it's
right,
a very huge one. Yeah, and also you see the dragon's image is quite different from those Chinese dragons we saw before. We were familiar with.
Decoration.
Not exactly. Actually.
Not exactly.
It has a very practical functions also.
Okay, now please let us know.
Remember the time bell we saw before? So this is the base of the chime bell.
So you worked as a supporting base.
Yes, that's right.
For the chime bell.
Yeah, because the chime bell is a huge size, so they need a steady base.
Okay, so these bronze dragons are identified as objects of the Qing state, right?
Yes.
Of the Qing Empire.
Qing state, yeah, that's right.
Some scholars believe that they might serve as a base for large-scale musical instruments, such as the chime bell.
And also we see dragons. The dragon is an imaginary animal in Chinese civilization. And in Chinese civilization, the dragon symbolizes the power, the mighty power. Yeah, and the royal power. So, but we see the dragon because it's an imaginary animal. So people at that time, they often use the animal they were familiar with to form the image of the dragon. So here we see the dragons. Yeah, those are the scale of the dragons, also very delicate. And when we come back to the head of the dragon, what animals could you think of? What animals in reality could you think of? Because people at that time use the animals they familiar with to
lion, snake
to form the image of the dragon.
Students said that they are just like lion.
Well, lion actually is the, remember, lion was introduced to China in the Tang dynasty, so much later than this period. So at that time, Chinese people, maybe they do not know lion yet.
They didn't know lion during the Zhou dynasty of the Qing.
Snake maybe. Snake maybe, the body.
Dog, no, not dog. So can you see that it just looked like a little bit like pig?
Yeah, a little bit like pig. And also
cat.
Cat. Actually, ox.
Yeah,
because China is also agricultural country, so they are quite familiar with those agricultural animals like ox, pig.
Yeah, so it is that the dragon is an imaginary animal. So in their mind, they thought that they can combine whatever they favored.
Yes, that's right.
To form this the form. This object.
Divine animal.
So that is why the head of this dragon looks like the ox instead of the normal image of the dragon.
That's right. Especially in this period in the Qing dynasty. But later, the dragon's image got changed a lot. Later, we'll see.
We will see that in a while. Yeah.
Later.
So you can also see that there was a tradition of pursuing grandeur, in the Qing culture. Do you remember the terracotta army? Terracotta warriors. They were so big, so huge, right? Life size.
Yeah.
So this
show
tradition,
the power.
This tradition was brought into full play after Qing Empire united China. Everything was big. Everything was huge. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So as we introduced, this museum just has different collections for the different periods. Now, cameraman Zhang Kai, can you just give them a look of this terracotta army?
Yeah. We also houses some terracotta warriors and the horses in our museum. And the visitors can see them in a very short distance.
Yeah, and the Emperor
distance.
Qin Shi Huang's Terracotta Army Museum, you can, the visitors will have to stand above the ground
to see the pits.
To see the pit.
But it's different because there they want to show the size of the pits. Here you can see some details.
They are individual. And we have introduced that the warriors, they have different kinds of ranks, and also they have different kinds of roles. Some warriors, they have the armors. Some warriors, they don't have the warriors. And the armors. So they are the horses. They are the charioteer.
We have 4 horses in the carbon.
And this is a kneeling archer.
It's a very precious artifact.
It's a painted.
Yeah, you can see some remained pigment still on the surface of the terracotta warriors.
So this museum just has the Zhou, Qin, Han, and the Tang in the exhibitions are highly, particularly highlighted.
Yes, that's right. And after we saw so many huge artifacts, actually in the Qin dynasty, we also have some small ones.
Small one. This is a small one, not tiny, but comparatively it's quite small. Let me just show you how big it is. This is my hand, so you can see how small it is. So what's that? It's easy to say, right?
Yeah, the animal, I think, is easy to guess.
So guys, can you let us know what is it? Tiger,
yes, that's right.
You're right, Ali.
So could you make a guess what it's used for?
And they have the words, characters.
Yeah, they have characters
on the surface.
Yeah. Actually, they have 40 characters engraved in the surface of this artifact.
Decoration? No. So with our cameras going around, you can see that this tiger is only half. Not a complete one. A key, that is the key. It's closer.
Yes, close. Yeah. And this artifact composed of 2 halves, but today we only have the left half in the museum.
And it is called tally.
Yes.
Tally, right? This is my answer. Okay.
It is a tiger tally.
Tiger tally. So guys, do you remember that during the visit to the pit number 3 of Emperor Qin Shi Huang's Terracotta Army, now we discussed how to deploy the military
troops,
how to deploy the troops. There was something that was divided into 2 parts. One was in the hands of the emperor. Another one was in the general.
It's okay.
So let me just let Miss Lian tell us that.
The right half of the tiger tally usually hold in the hands of the emperor, and the left half, as this one we saw, was held by the hand of the senior general. If the general want to move troops of more than 50 soldiers, they need to put the 2 halves together as the formation.
Sorry, there is an announcement.
两遍好像。
疫情爆发期间，为了您和家人的健康，请您在博物馆参观期间严格执行疫情防控方针，请您全程佩戴口罩观察。如有特殊情况，请及时联系工作人员。感谢您的配合。
Okay, sorry.
Continue.
Okay, so as I said, this tiger tally was composed of two halves, and the right half was held by the emperor, and the left half was held by the senior general. If the general wants to move troops more than 50 soldiers, he has to ask for the right half to put the two halves together as a permission from the emperor. So it, although it looks very small, but it is have a very important function in the military uses. And also, we have 40 characters engraved on the surface of this tiger tally. And according to the tiger tally, the characters, they tell us this tiger tally was belongs to a general in the southern suburb of the Xi'an city, and it was also found in that area.
Now, can we just read that characters on the wall? Now, there was some instruction about this small script. They were inscribed on the surface of this tiger tally.
Yeah, those,
so this
those
is
are the characters.
Yeah,
the inscriptions. The 铭文 inscriptions.
铭文 means a small script when they were inscribed on the bronze ware, and they were called 铭文
right.
or 经文, and they were just in ancient Chinese. So this is modern Chinese to tell us what it means.
Yeah,
the translation. It just means that if anyone is going to deploy more than 50 soldiers, he must get emperor's consent. He can only move troops when the two tiger pies were joined together.
Yeah, that's right. But if there's an emergency happens, they don't need to do such procedure. They just light up a beacon fire.
Beacon fire to signal the danger.
Yes, that's right.
So we can see that the use of the tiger tally shows a high concentration of military power
in the Qing dynasty.
So no wonder the Emperor Qin Shi Huang was
unified
China, and also he just wants to grasp the power in his hand.
That's right.
And that is also when we visited the pit number 3, we said that there was no general, there was no commanding, right? The half tiger tally was in the emperor's, and he was the only one to deploy the military.
Yes, that's right.
So, and this one was discovered in the Zhou County in Shaanxi province. So it is called the Zhou tiger
tally. So we also in Chinese artifacts, we also use the place name name the artifact.
And in Chinese, it is Du Hu Fu. Du is the name of the place. Fu, it means tiger. Now Fu in Chinese means
tally.
Fu He. You know that's the Fu He, mean that two things when they put together, they become like a complete together. They work together. So Fu He also come from this one. Du Hu Fu.
Such ways of in the military, they use in several dynasties later. And in the Tang dynasty, the tiger tally changed into the fish tally. Yeah, because the first emperor of the Tang dynasty was called Li Hu. So they have the same name with the tiger. So in China, people try to avoid to use the same name to show respect. So the tiger tally in the Tang Dynasty changed into the fish tally. And now we come to the third floor to see the Han and the Tang dynasties.
And Qing dynasty came to an end in 206 BC.
Yeah, only lasted
For 15 years.
Yeah.
And Han succeeded. And the Han dynasty is the most important one in ancient China.
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, we are learning the Chinese. It is called Hanzi.
Hanzi, Han.
And the people, Hanzu,
Yeah.
we call the Han people.
Yeah.
Hanzu.
In the Han dynasty, the emperor used the Confucius theory to rule the people. And the Han nationality is also formed in the Han dynasty. And also we call the characters, Chinese characters, as Han characters.
So different kinds of small animals.
Yeah, those are some.
So you can see that they are smaller than the Qing dynasty.
Yeah, much smaller than the Qing dynasty.
Yeah, because everything was huge, big, grander
Yes.
in the Qing dynasty.
It's a kind of a Qing culture. And in the Han dynasty, something changed.
Yeah, just because of the empires in the Han dynasty, they want to be economical.
Yeah.
They want to save the effort. They didn't want to follow the rules of the Qing Empire.
Yeah, and also their aim, the mission for the Han dynasty is to, let's say, to rest, to save the power in the people, among the people.
Yeah, because there was so many fightings during the Qing dynasty, and during the Han, the people wanted to have a peaceful life and want to be economical. So everything was small. Okay, now let's come to another one. It's a delicate.
This is also a very interesting artifact.
There are two animals there.
Yeah.
So can you let us know what they are?
Yeah, could you see what animals?
Fish, whale.
Yes.
You are right. And the smaller one is a fish.
It's a fish.
And what about the bigger one? Goose, great. Goose and fish,
right.
dark. Oh, goose.
Goose.
It's not a dark, it's a goose.
Yeah, it's a goose.
In the goose
fish.
mouth, there is a
The
fish.
fish in its mouth.
Right, clever. So can you let us know what it was
functions.
for? What's the function? Now look at it. There is a plate. It is a hollow with something was there.
Yeah, what they use for?
Storage.
No.
No. It's small. It's not that big. Now I'm standing here so you can see how big it is. You can put this on the table.
All right, you can put this in your living room.
Ashtray. Kind of. Kind of.
Maybe not.
Cooking.
No.
Okay, it is really rare, right?
Yeah, it's hard to
it's
guess.
hard to guess.
Yeah.
So please, Ms. Lian,
Okay.
tell us the answer.
Okay. Actually, it is a lamb.
Lamb, yeah, we have the camera showed it already. Lamb. Yeah, we just revealed that by accent. It is a lamb. You're right.
Yeah. The round part here is a plate to light up the oil light in the Han dynasty, and then they could roll up some smoke, and the smoke will pass through the neck of the goose into the stomach, and the stomach is full of water to melt the smoke. So it has an environmental friendly lamp. Yeah, this that shows how they use the function of the lamp. And we can also see some bright colors, the red, green colors on the surface of the goose, some gold. And the shield is, you could adjust the shield to adjust the light angle of the light. Yeah, we see some spot, the gold spot on the surface and gold lines. It's very delicate. And such environmental friendly lamp is very popular in the Han Dynasty. And we also find some other different shape, but also the same functions lamps in the Han Dynasty.
So some maid showed lamp,
yeah.
right? There is,
It's
I remember there is an artifact that has
that's right.
image of a maid
with
a lamp.
her sleeves
sleeves.
to serve as the smoke passage.
So the lamps with this kind of design has been widely used in the Han Dynasty.
Yeah, that's right.
Han Dynasty, that was in 226 started.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Lasted for about 400 years.
Maybe we could take a look at this.
Yeah. Okay, now let's just have a
This
glance
is
at this one.
the terracotta warriors in the Han Dynasty. And you can see
how small they are.
Yeah, very
right?
small.
It's about 1/3 of the life size.
Yeah,
As
and also
also
they look the same because they use the same mold to make it.
Yeah, but they don't have the armors.
No.
No. Yeah.
But here we in this display case we don't have, we can't see the armors.
But you can find the Han figures in the Han Yanglin Museum in Xi'an. And when some of the warriors, when they were unearthed, there were some traces of the armors.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, at the time, some they could use the real cloth to make the armors or the clothes of the terracotta warriors in the Han Dynasty. And in the back of the troops, we see some horses. We see the cavalries.
Cavalrymen.
Yeah. Actually, in the Han Dynasty, the cavalries, they have a whole troop of cavalrymen. So that's the difference with those in the Qin Dynasty. And we can also see the horse, the shape of the horse is different. It has a long legs, a huge big body. It is a typical good horses from the Silk Road. So in the Han Dynasty, the Zhang Qian as the
first onward to
connect
to
China
and to the other countries.
Yeah, to open the Silk Road.
Chang'an was the starting point of the Silk Road, and Zhang Qian was the person who just explored
like the envoy from the Han Dynasty. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go this way. There are so many artifacts in the Han Dynasty. But visiting this museum, it usually take about 1 day.
If you want to see very clearly,
let's go to that one.
Now we come to the Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty was the peak of the Chinese civilization. And we see also a different
Can you just please
color.
have a look at it? Shaanxi Chang'an. Now, you know that Xi'an was called Chang'an.
Yeah, in the ancient time, it means the permanent peace as Chang'an city, as a capital city.
So now this is
it's a layout of the Chang'an city. And we see there are 14 horizontal streets and 11 vertical streets dividing the whole city into 108 parts.
So guys, can you just see on the screen, we have the 东市 and the 西
Yeah,
市.
we have
Now
two
you are
more.
learning Chinese,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
In Chinese, now we say that go shopping means 买东西.
Yeah.
It means that 东市 means the Eastern market and 西市 means Western
West
market.
market.
So which means as from the Asian China, now we say go shopping. Now 买东西, it just you just go shopping
Go
in the
shopping
East
easily,
and then
then
come to the West. So that is
Yeah.
买东西.
Yeah.
This is the story.
Yes, that's right. And also the East market often sells something domestic. And in the West market, you could find something from the Silk Road.
Silk Road, yes. And there is a museum of the 西市 in Xi'an as well.
We have found the remains of the West market, and we built a museum under the remain. We call it the 西市, the West market museum.
We are passed through the mural painting of the Tang Dynasty and go to find that 12 delicate figurines here. I'm a teacher in a university. I usually take my students come to this museum to learn Chinese culture.
Do your students love here?
Yeah, my students love this group of figurines a lot.
That's great.
Now let's come to this one.
Yeah. Now I see. Wow.
It's easy for you to
Yes,
guess.
easy to guess. And
What are they?
Yeah.
There are about 12 of them. Can you let us know what they are? Animals. Yeah, they are animals.
Yeah. What animals?
You know that in Chinese culture, we have the 12 animals. Yeah, zodiac. Great.
Yeah, zodiac animals.
Zodiac animals. Okay, so 12 animals. Can you let us know what they are? Pig, dog.
Maybe we could follow with the order.
We can follow the order. The first one is
First one.
goat, chicken, yeah, rat. Yes,
first
and you're
is-
great.
yes,
Ox.
great. First one is a rat.
First one is dragon, tiger. Great, great. Snake.
Yeah, it's a
You are so great, Charlie. Okay, so the first one is
rat.
pig. 紫薯. The first one.
Yeah, the rat.
The rat. Yeah,
The
the
rat,
rat.
yeah. And the second.
Second is
ox.
ox.
The third.
Third one is tiger.
Tiger. And this year is also the tiger.
It is the year of tiger.
Year of
And
tiger.
after tiger is the rabbit.
So next year we're going to have a year of the
Either.
rabbit.
Yeah. And,
Dragon.
Dragon, snake.
Dragon, snake.
Horse.
Horse.
Goat.
Goat.
Monkey. Yes, you are right.
Monkey.
Rooster.
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 Dog and
Dog.
pig. Great. So they are just
Yeah.
12 zodiac animals.
So
They-
what's your zodiac
What's your
animal?
own zodiac animal?
Could you find it?
Tiger. Great.
Tiger.
I'm a dragon. So 连老师我把语
I'm a dog.
You're a dog.
Yeah.
Snake, Pearl, you are a snake. Okay, so there's 12 zodiac animals. You can see that they have the human bodies and the animal heads.
Yeah, it looks
They are so
very funny.
it's funny.
actually.
They're all dressed in a wide sleeved robes with a wide opening at the neck.
Yeah.
Mhm. They
And-
cup their hands in front of their chest,
Yes, as a gesture of the being polite.
being polite, elegant.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's all made of pottery. And all the pottery figures actually in ancient China were used as burial objects. So those zodiac animals were used as the burial objects to put them in the chamber, in the tombs, to define the evil spirit, to protect the death in the tomb.
So they are placed clockwise in groups.
Yeah, in groups, 3 of them as a one group to put those in the four corners of the chamber in the tombs.
They are put together in each direction, right?
Yeah.
Now which starts with a red and ends with a pig.
Yeah. In the order.
Guarding the tomb.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's
Now
come
let's
this one.
see national treasure. This is a very important artifact in our museum.
So it's easy to say, right? It is a camel.
Yeah, it's a camel. Yeah, it's a camel.
Now look at the color is different from the other
colorful
artifacts. This is colorful.
Yeah, and also see how many persons are there in the back of the camel.
You can see how many persons there.
There are so many.
So many.
Yeah, actually there are
7.
Yeah, right. There are actually 8.
But there is one girl standing in the middle. So
girl,
including the girl,
center.
there are 8.
Yeah. So 7 male musicians, each of them holding different musical instruments and playing. And the girl singer is like singing. Right
is
there.
sitting in the center.
Yeah. And also the camel looks very happy.
Oh, the camel is singing
it's
too.
Singing too. Yeah. It's yeah, we all know that in reality, people can never put 8 people on one camel's back. But here we see is like exaggeration. It's artwork. And it was made, we call it the tricolor glazed portraits.
So this is really a typical artifact, representative artifact in the Tang Dynasty.
Yes.
Now this is a glazed Tang tricolored.
Yeah, tricolor pottery.
Tricolor. So Lian Laoshi, can you just explain the tricolor? Why they were called three colors? Yeah. So there are more than 3 colors.
Yeah, that's right. Because in Chinese, the tricolor, like the number 3 is meaning more colors, not only 3 colors. So here we see tricolors portraits. Actually, it means portraits with so many colors, not only 3.
But there are 3
but the main
primary
the main colors are 3, like the green,
they are green,
brown,
and white.
Yes.
And also this one is a camel one. Now we have introduced that Xi'an was a starting point of Silk Road, started from the Han Dynasty. So after the Han Dynasty, the Silk Road continued.
Yeah, and also in the Tang Dynasty, in Chinese people, they have discovered a route on the sea.
On the sea,
yeah. And here you see in the Silk Road, the most efficient transportation actually is the camel. So we have found a lot of camels burial objects.
So you can see after this camel, there
are
a
like
group
a huge
of
camels. a team, on the desert.
And there are the figurines, they just have the image of the people from the other countries in Asia.
Yeah. Like a Persia people, like from the West Asia.
So you can see that during the Tang Dynasty, Chang'an was an international city with very kinds of the different peoples from the other countries. And some foreigners even
settled down
here
and
being the officers.
Yes, officials also became the officials in the Chang'an city.
And there was also some international students.
Yes, mainly from Japan. Also, yeah. So that's why the Tang became so powerful at the time, because it has an open-minded government or ruler. Okay, guys, let's come to our last one. Now, this is a gallery in Song Dynasty. Yeah. So this artifact, this object is the object from the Song Dynasty, but it's different from the other periods. Yeah, and in that period, the Chinese porcelains became very popular. So this is also a porcelain artifact. Could you make a guess? What is it?
What's it is for? Kettle, right?
Kettle, right? Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Teapot. Yes.
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 Yeah.
Similar.
But it's a magical teapot.
Oh, yeah, we call
or
it a magical one.
kettle.
Because
you
it
see-
cannot be open.
Yeah, it cannot be open
The lid
from
cannot
the
be
lid.
open.
Yeah, we see it is a complete one.
It is a whole one, a complete one. Can you please show a picture of this
Yeah.
magic one? No, this is not an incense burner. Now let's look at this. Now this one cannot be opened from the lid.
Yeah, but
Now,
at the bottom, there is a tube, small tube in the middle, actually. So people pour the water or tea or wine from the bottom of this kettle. And when it's got full, people put it upside down, it would not leak. That's because of physical principles.
the principles of physics for
Yeah,
making a
physics.
kettle goes like this. The level of any liquid in the connected chambers always remains
Yeah,
the same.
remain the same. Yeah, that's right.
So this is a magical kettle. Okay, in addition to these magical ones, now you can see that there are different kinds of
Yeah.
animal patterns on the surface of that. So Zhangkai, can you please just zoom out, zoom in?
There
Now,
are several animals.
Animals.
Actually. Yeah, made the
look at the spout.
decoration.
Okay, look at the handle.
The handle. The
The
handle.
handle one. What's this?
Look like?
The handle. It's hard because it is abstract.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
A fish. No, it's
No,
not a
no.
fish.
It has wings. Actually.
Bird. Yes.
Yeah,
Means
that's
that
right.
it is a bird.
right.
Yeah, you are right. It is a bird, but it's a kind of imaginary bird.
Yeah.
In China, now we have the imaginary bird phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah, that's a phoenix.
So this is a sculpture of a phoenix ready to fly.
Fly. Yeah. Just look at those wings.
The phoenix stands for auspiciousness.
Yeah. Also the good luck.
Good luck
Yeah,
is
yeah.
entitled as a king of birds.
It's the king of all birds.
Okay, so that is the phoenix. Now,
Phoenix.
what about the
The
spout? Now, look at the spout.
Spout.
The spout. There were two
Animals.
Frog? No. It opened its mouth.
And there's a baby.
There's a baby is sucking the milk.
Is feeding her baby.
Is feeding her baby. So
It's
it's not
I
a
see,
frog.
I
It
see.
is a
it's a
lion. Yeah,
It's
it is a
lion.
lion.
It's a lion
Yeah.
feeding her baby. And
Feeding
the
her
lion
baby.
is the kings of all animals. And we see the flower. The flower is a Chinese peony. The peony
Peony,
is the king of all flowers. So this pot is also called the three kings pot. The phoenix, the lion, and the peonies. Means three kings.
Three kings cattle.
Yeah, three kings cattle.
So once again, the phoenix stands for auspiciousness and is
Yeah.
entitled as a king of birds.
King of
The
all
lion
birds,
is
yeah.
regarded as the king of animals.
Animals.
The peony symbolizes wealth and is themed as a queen of flowers.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can see that on the top, on the surface of this object, there were three
Three kings, three
kings,
most powerful, decorations.
including the animals, the plant,
Yeah,
and the
Birds.
birds, right,
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
nature. So king and queen cattle, we can call that just
Yeah,
king and
that's-
queen
that's-
cattle.
that's okay. And the cattle is very delicate and very complete. So it is also a national treasure in our museum.
And in Chinese, it is 青瓷提梁道观图. Now, as we have introduced, the first word usually is a material.
Material.
青瓷 means
Celadon.
porcelain.
Celadon.
提梁 it
Means
means
the
that
shape,
the
I think,
shape,
the shape.
the shape. and 道观 mean that upside down.
Yeah, it's a
Because you will have to
principle.
fill
The functions.
the liquids from the bottom. And the last one is kettle or the
It's a-
teapot.
yeah, the function of
It's
the-
a function. Yeah, it is amazing.
It's beautiful.
四体两道观壶.
Yeah. The color, you see, is very beautiful.
Okay. Now with this announcement, now here comes to the end of this virtual tour. And also, guys, you can see that this is a map of Shaanxi province. It looks like the kneeling archer. We have visited the terracotta army museum.
Shaanxi History, Shaanxi Museum. Sorry, Shaanxi
Shaanxi province.
The shape
Now,
of the Shaanxi province.
we are here.
Yeah, this is the Xi'an city.
Okay. So this is the end of this virtual tours.
Hope you like it.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? Okay, not yet. You just already had so many questions when we had these tours. What is the most important object at the museum? That's a good question.
Yeah.
最重要。
Actually, every object is plays some important functions in our museum. But we have 18 pieces of national treasures, like the porcelains and the camel, the tricolor glazed camels. So we have 18 pieces of national treasures in our museum. Maybe sometime you could welcome to visit our museum. Yeah,
So three
sometime.
permanent exhibitions, two special
Yeah,
thematic
two
exhibitions, and some regular exhibitions as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So these two thematics include the collections of the Tang Dynasty,
Yeah,
and the mural
gold,
painting.
Yeah, the gold and silverwares of the Tang Dynasty and the mural paintings of the Tang Dynasty.
Mural paintings means the paintings on the wall.
On the wall, yeah, in the tombs. Yeah.
Okay, so when was the museum built?
And in 1991, the June 20th, 1991.
It was opened to the public
Yeah,
in
to the public.
1991.
Yeah.
And it was, Shaanxi History Museum was the first national level, China's first national level modern museum. The construction of this museum marked the milestone of the development of the museum industry in China.
Yeah, that's right.
It is very famous in China because of the unique exhibition system. It was rewarded the top 10 museums in China. So when you come to Xi'an, don't miss this museum.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. So which object is your favorite?
Wow, that's a good question. I think the oxygen, is my favorite because it's so cute. What about you?
The zodiac animals.
Zodiac
It's my favorite one because they are so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, which one is your favorite, Pearl?
Yeah.
We just visited about 9 animal featured objects today.
Yeah, only a small
Very small
collection of our
collections
museum.
of
So
the
if you
animal
have time,
features.
you have a chance to welcome to our museum to see more.
Yeah, Pearl said that animal zodiac is also her favorite one.
It's quite. Yeah,
Okay, guys,
cute.
right. Thank you for watching, and you are really great. Are any of the artists know? Now, you know that all of these objects, they are just barrier objects.
Yes.
So these objects were made in different dynasties.
Yeah.
And of course, these artists, they have already passed.
Yeah,
right,
because it's different
passed away.
from Chinese culture to the maybe Western culture.
Mm.
And all the artifacts we saw in the museum were they at that time they have actual purposes. They were not made as the art and in the first place. Yeah. So,
yeah, so they were when they were made, they have the practical of the ritual functions,
Yeah.
such as the ox zun Now they were used as a wine container.
That's right.
And for the bronze dragon, they were used as a base for supporting the bell chime, the chime bell.
Chime bell.
So right now we call them the fine arts because of the aesthetic taste. But when they were made, they were not the arts. So for all of these artists, actually, they were the workers. They were workers.
Different
they
dynasties.
worked for the imperial palace of just for some local workshops.
Yeah, that's right. But later in maybe after the Tang Dynasty, we have also very famous painters.
Paintings, right? We have the paintings.
But it's quite different from those objects buried underground.
The paintings and the calligraphy. The calligraphies, and you can find the different paintings and the calligraphies, and they are the famous artists in ancient China. Okay, guys, thank you very much. You just had really great questions. And this is the end of our virtual field trip at the Shaanxi History Museum. Stay with us for the next and also the last one for this semester. That is delicious food in Xi'an.
Wow.
See you next Saturday.
Sounds great. See you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.